a good ball. The flag stays down. Heaney! Oh!
They scored again! It's Davis again! It's job done now.
Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Northern Ireland podcast and myself, Adam Johnson and Andy McComb, and your two latest Northern Ireland kit models.
Nice, isn't it?
Very nice. I'm a
Lovely.
big fan. Big fan.
I'm a big fan, yeah. I know there's been mixed reviews, but mostly positive from what I can see.
I think it's definitely got that like vintagey look with modern, so it's kind of ticking both boxes for me.
It's one of my favourite ones for the last few years.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, well, people didn't really like the Euros kit.
And then obviously that
But then it's kind of flipped on its head. Now everyone looks at that going, wow.
iconic.
Yeah.
No,
It's class. So we get to the Euros in this bad boy.
it's going to be iconic.
You just never know.
And obviously this week we have two massive games coming up, and we have the opportunity for you, the listeners, to be here for that game against the Netherlands on Saturday. And here's how you can find out how you can enter.
Harlso's going to give away 2 tickets to the Netherlands game this Saturday. All you have to do is comment below with a dog emoji and hit the subscribe button on the Northern Ireland YouTube page. And
I'm just checking for glue here.
good luck.
So as we just said, obviously there's two massive games coming up in our Euro 2020 qualifying group. Netherlands here on Saturday, followed by Germany out in Frankfurt. Two massive games in the hope of obviously making Euro 2020, and then there's always that caveat of the playoffs still in kind of limbo.
Exactly. So we're going to be talking to people from inside the camp to give you an insight into those games. Because really you want to hear from them. You don't want to hear from us two clowns, do you?
No.
Exactly. So someone that knows what they're talking about is going to be coming up. But also we have a special treat for you right at the end of the show. And Adam's going to demonstrate a little clue on who we're talking about here.
Come on.
It's a little guest with a massive following that has captured the hearts of Northern Ireland. And I'm not just talking about Niall McGinn.
Oh, I thought it was now.
No, I wish. But anyway, find out who that is at the very end. But for now,
Let's go inside the camp. Right, so Stuart, thank you for your time on the Northern Ireland podcast. First of all, tell us, what's it kind of been like this week, obviously off the back of Michael's announcement. How's the players doing? How are you all doing? How are you doing yourself?
It's been alright. It's been, obviously coming into the week we didn't know the full ins and outs of what was really going on, but he addressed the situation at the start of the week, and for us nothing really changes this week, to be honest. I think we just prepare the way we would for any normal game, and as far as we know, if we are to reach a playoff in March, he's still going to be here to take us. So as I say, it's just business as usual, but obviously there is, you not asking us all the time what are the media, if he does leave, what it's going to be like. But obviously when the announcement was made, it was one of disappointment, because it's one that everybody has a good relationship with him, if he does decide to move on at whatever point that does come, it'll be disappointing, but he's done well here, he's deserved his chance there, and we'll wish him well.
the response from the fans have been seemingly gutted, but they've also seemed to be quite grateful. What's the reaction been like with the players?
I think something similar. Obviously, as I said before, a lot of us have a good relationship with him, and but we think he's earned the stripes, as they say. He deserves his chance with a big club, and personally, for me, I think it's a great job for him. Stoke are a big club, they're a good club, and they have a lot of good players there, and Michael's going in there. They're not in a good position at the minute, but obviously you've seen his first game in charge that they're able to get a win, and I think he'll have no problem changing things there and getting them right up the league again.
Because Michael himself he's also pointed you out personally about a player that he's been kind of most proud of, that's kind of gone through his setup with you. I think he told us the story about when he first came to see you in the, I don't know if it was Irish Cup final, League Cup final for Crusaders.
League Cup,
when he first saw you play. So I mean, obviously you and him have...
I didn't play well that day though.
No, he said that as well. I didn't want to say that.
We're going to bring that up.
But we still won the cup, so
That's all
it was all good. But I actually haven't seen the interview, but some of the lads are keeping me going about it. I think he mentioned Josh as well, didn't he?
He did. Yeah. He did.
Obviously, that's nice to hear from him. You know, I've had a good relationship with him. He brought me in. You know, I've been sort of a mainstay in his teams since I've come into the squad, and he's been really good with me. You know, even when I wasn't playing at my club, he still picked me here. I was still playing here, and you know, I love playing under him. He's probably one of the best managers I have played under, and as I say, if he does decide to move on further down the line, it'll be one of disappointment. But you know, I count myself lucky that I've had the chance to work under him.
Do you feel like you have developed as a player under Michael London?
Definitely, yeah. I think he's shown a lot of faith in me. Obviously, coming away here is a lot different from your club, the way we play and the style we play. But you know, he's showed the belief in me that he's probably the first manager to play me in a wing back role, and it's stuck with me now. You know, I play that at my club on a regular occurrence, more so a full back position. But as I say, he showed a lot of faith in me. You know, playing me in different positions, and that's always good when a manager has that you know, belief in you. And as I say, I've enjoyed working under him, and who knows what happens, but hopefully it continues for a while longer.
And moving on then from Michael, thinking about back to our last games, thinking about Holland. People have obviously talked about Josh's goal, but your sheer strength has been forgotten here.
Yeah, well, true. I keep Joyce going about that because he just thinks it's all about him, but no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, look, we knew we weren't going to get many chances in that game. We knew if we got one chance we had to take it, and you know, that happens at this level of football, and especially against opposition like Holland. I've managed to get the cross in, and I probably should have been in when Fergie crossed the ball, because I could have had a chance of getting in before it was actually cleared, but I can't remember, the defender kicked it up in the air and then I've gone to challenge it, and whatever's happened, it's probably the only cross I put in up until that point, and you know, thankfully Joyce just got free and managed to score. It's just a shame we couldn't hold on, because even a draw there would have left us obviously going until Saturday playing for a place in the Euros. You know?
It's such a tough result to take, especially after being in the lead, and I think fans sometimes can think players are almost like robots, and they don't show their emotions or things like that. But was it just as gutting for you as players?
Absolutely, yeah, of course it was. And I think after the game it was still a bit raw. And thinking back, I tried, because obviously when we then had to turn our attention till Czech Republic, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, we had so disappointing at the time, but whenever you get time then to look back on it, you think, wow, like we watched the game back, since we've come in this week, we've watched the game back, the full game, and you're watching it and you're just counting down the minute. We're 1-0 up, and then it's 1 each, and then it's in the 90th minute, and you're thinking, wow, did we actually lose from this position? You know, it was gutting. To watch it, it was like a horror movie. It was just painful to watch, the last, from the 90th minute to the 94th or whatever it was, because we put so much into that game, and there was a lot of tired legs, tired bodies out there, and we just couldn't get over the line. And if we had got a point there, it would have been an unbelievable result. Probably not one of disappointment, but being in the position we were in, we gave ourselves a massive opportunity and we just couldn't hang on to them.
And for me personally, when that second goal went in, I didn't actually even see it. I was down under the tunnel. If you remember, the tunnel shut, didn't it?
Yeah.
I was down under the tunnel waiting to. Had Facebook Live ready to go to the celebrations underneath the tunnel.
It's your fault. You're screwed.
So I had it all ready, and all I heard was the big cheer, and I was just like.
That was the loudest their fans have been all night, because you don't hear our fans. But I don't know. It's a freak goal. You'll probably never see something like that again, because when the crosses come in, I don't know what he's done. It's took a flick off. I think it was Flanagan's head, was it? I think a guy in front of him was maybe nicked off him, and Tom's going to head it, and it's then hit him in the top of the head and went over Johnny.
It felt like it was in the air for about half an hour.
And then he whatever way he's hit it, it's spun, but on another day it spins out of play. And I think if you see Fergie's reaction and Johnny's as well, they think it's going out, and somehow magically stays in. And yeah, third goal is irrelevant because we're pushing.
Yeah.
If we don't concede that, you know what I mean. If we haven't conceded the second, we obviously don't concede that kind of goal, and disappointment. But there's a lot of positives to take from it. I think when we watched it back, you can see the shape of our team. We didn't have a lot of the ball, but we didn't expect that. We don't claim to be the best team, but we make the best teams work very, very hard for what they want. And yeah, disappointing, but we'll go again Saturday.
There's plenty of big teams out there that haven't been able to even hit 1-0 against this Netherlands team. So you have to have some sense of pride, I'm sure.
We do, of course we do, but do you know what? Like, people say, oh, you have to be proud of the performance in this, and we were to a certain extent, but we've earned the right to play on a big stage like that. We've earned the right to play against big teams like that. And you know, I don't know what way to explain it, but we deserve to be playing on stages like that from our recent campaigns and how well we've really played. So of course we're proud of that, but we don't want people to feel sorry for us and think, you know, he's done well, you know, just forget about it, take heart from whatever. We're disappointed we didn't get something from that game. I think that shows how far we've come in recent years.
And is that something in itself, kind of, from our point of view, is that, as you say there, people say, no, you know, we did well to get that close and whatnot, but actually, rather than thinking about the Northern Ireland teams of the past, it's kind of like this team as its own team, and you as your team deserve to be getting that close?
I think, yeah, absolutely. Obviously, after the last Euros campaign, a lot of people probably then wrote us off thinking they're not going to, you know, we've been to the major tournament now, we're not going to continue that. And then we progressed, and we were unfortunate not to qualify for the World Cup. And obviously, this campaign again, then we have, you know, coming off the back of disappointment in the playoff, we had to go again. And we are our own team. You know, Michael and his backroom team have worked really hard to build this squad that we have now, and we've a lot of good young players coming through. You know, you look around the squad now, and if somebody comes off, there's somebody equally as strong coming on, and obviously we don't have the quality that other teams maybe possess. You know, we haven't a lot of players playing in the Premier League or whatever, but one thing we do have is a work rate and a determination to be successful here. And we've 2 games left now in this group, and hopefully we can finish it as strongly as possible.
You'd have to, the best way to respond to the disappointment of the Netherlands was going out and getting the win against the Czech Republic, and I think we can describe that first half as rampant, really. 3-0 up, and I'm sure you as well.
Look, we quickly had to turn our attention. Obviously, in international football, you have 2 games in quick succession, and we had to turn our attention till the Czech Republic game. And I think obviously they had come off the back of a good result against England. They made a few changes, but so did we. You know, we had players coming into the team as well, and we were 3-0 up at half time, and to be honest, it could have been more. And then obviously the second half, you know, they've come in, they've got 2 goals, but it's a good result for us. It was an important win for us, because we didn't want to be going there and you know, and coming off with a bad result or a defeat. You know, obviously off the back of Germany and Holland, and then going back into Germany and Holland, you wanted to break that cycle up or whatever. Yeah, so it was important we went there and not only put on a performance, but got a win, and you know, we were able to do that.
And then obviously big double header coming up. Nothing like playing Holland and Germany in the space of a few days. How are the players looking at this? Obviously there's the whole playoffs scenario going on in the background, but do you just kind of...
I think it's, I don't know, the playoff situation, I think you've just got to sort of forget about that, because nobody knows what's going on. I honestly don't understand it. I don't know whether... You okay now?
Sorry, we got a little problem here.
I seen that falling about 10 minutes ago. That's why I looked round.
Class. I blamed Dave, he was filming this. Like.
So we're going to have to do this again?
No, sorry, because as long as I have you.
Because I wasn't doing it anyway.
As long as I have you.
What were we talking about? The double header? Yeah, this playoff situation. Are we still going here?
Yep, go for it.
The playoff situation, obviously, nobody knows. Well, I don't know anyway. I think you have to depend on other results and that. So we've just got to try and finish the group off as strongly as possible. Who knows, if we get a win on Saturday, it leaves you going to Germany, I don't know, needing a win, and we'll see what happens. But obviously it would be great if we were able to get a playoff situation in March. It would be good, but as I say, we can't really think about that. We've just got to concentrate on Holland on Saturday.
Are you one of those people then that just like they're not thinking about all the calculations and the
No, I think it gives you too much stress. It gives you stress and headache, and you don't need that, do you?
Just think about your next
Just
game.
think about the next game, and if we don't manage to pick anything up, or if we don't manage to qualify that way, well then we'll cross our fingers and toes and whatever else that we get a playoff. But I think it's no more than we deserve as a playoff, but we'll see.
And if you play anything like we did in that first half against Germany on Saturday, there won't be many complaints.
And the second half as well, we done really well the second half. We had a sticky 10 or 15 minutes at the start of it when we conceded, but we dug in, we come back as well. So we had a very good performance against Germany, footballing wise, and then we showed against Holland that we can revert back to being a horrible ugly team if we need to. and yeah, if we can get another performance like the first half in Germany and that Germany game, it'll be good. I expect us to play a bit more on the front foot on Saturday than we did in Holland away, so I'm sure Windsor will be rocking on Saturday night as well.
As you said, I mean, the Germany game wasn't an ugly game. The likes of Gavin White coming on and really showed that you guys can go at big teams like that.
Definitely. Obviously the first half, we could have been 2-0 up in the first half. I think Bailey's made a good save halfway through the first half or towards the end of it. But you know, Connor Washington had 2 great chances. Yeah, we could have been 2-0 up going into half time, and then obviously they've scored at the start of the second half. We could have just sat in then and thought we're on for an onslaught here really, but we dug deep. You know, they started to really play well for 10 or 15 minutes, and then obviously we come back at them, and Gavin come on, you know, set me up for that chance myself, and it's so close to going in. I probably should have scored. Looking back on it, I should have scored, but you've just a few seconds to make a decision, and I just tried to smash it, and it's gone wide. And again, the second goal is we're pushing, and they've broke away and scored. So it's we took a lot of belief from that as well. And if you look at both games, we possibly could have come out of them games with 2 points, if not 4 points.
It's just to end on a bit of a random question. There's one thing we like to ask on the podcast.
What's this?
Favourite takeaway?
In Northern Ireland.
In what? Takeaway shot?
Well, yeah, like a tippy or something.
In Northern Ireland?
In Northern Ireland,
I'm never here. If I am here, if I'm in Cookstown,
It's all flooding back. It's all flooding back.
No, if I'm in Cookstown, which I'm very rarely am, I always go for a chippy.
Yeah.
There's a chip shop. I'll give a shout out to the Chuck Wagon in Cookstown.
Chuck Wagon, yeah.
Not everybody's cup of tea, but I like it. And the
Good Richard.
Yeah.
Good Richard Gear.
The woman, I think the woman that owns it, our family that owns it, her husband's a big Leeds fan, so big Phil from Cookstown.
There you go.
Really buzzing. I've given him a shout out.
So is that free fish suppers all round, is it, when you turn up?
I don't get a fish supper. I get well, sometimes I do, but pepper chicken burger, really nice.
Oh, sounds good.
That's exotic. I like that.
No, it's nice, but it's not like a battered burger or anything. It's like nice pepper chicken. It's really nice. Mushrooms, onions, whatever you want.
Right, let's wrap
You're
this
a
up
mouse
so we can go get one of these here.
I know, but if I'm at home in Leeds, I don't know, after a game, maybe a Chinese or something. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Pizza.
You don't do the Chinese the same way.
No, it's not the same. It's
It's
not the same, and we have. It's going to make me sound like I'm greedy, but we have tried so many Chinese. We had where I used to live. We had one Chinese, and it was as close to home as you get. But we've moved now, so.
Can imagine you being at home and pulling out the drawer and being like, no, tried that one, that one.
It's a curry sauce, you know. Nobody can get the curry sauce like the ones in Cookstown.
It's not right. It's just not quite right.
And if I go in and ask for, do you ever get a sausage supper out of a Chinese? No.
No, it's sacrilege.
I know. I used to get one all the time, Cookstown, but can't get them in Leeds.
It's like people getting an omelette from a Chinese.
It's not really though. It's
Well,
gravy
yeah.
and peas and chips and sausages and.
Like a cowboy supper.
No, that's no.
That's beans,
That's
isn't it?
beans. Yeah.
It's not the same.
Still sounds good though. I'm starving, like.
We'll end there and let Stuart go and watch his snooker.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for your time, Stuart.
No problem, man. Cheers.
Take care.
Okay, Paul, Harlso, great to have you on the show.
Great to be here.
Yeah, certainly a fan favourite. Harlso is becoming now as well.
We said at the start of this how we were the models of the new kit. I think
Yeah.
you'll find Harlso is the new
Harlso
kit.
is-
He's been kitted out here today.
He's looking very sharp indeed. What do you think of the new kit?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, yeah, I'm a big fan. I've seen a couple of rumours circulating about different kits online, and I did like those too. But
Don't know what you're talking about.
wasn't you that leaked those?
It's an exclusive reveal, I'll have you know.
But yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a hit with the fans.
We've obviously seen all about him on Instagram and on Twitter and Facebook and all that. Tell us a little about how that's been for you and how people in Northern Ireland have been reacting to Harlso.
Yeah, yeah, it's been a bit surreal. Whenever we started the social media accounts, we weren't expecting it to grow to what it's become. And I think that's probably because Northern Ireland really get behind their own. You know, you've got they really get behind Carl Frampton, they get behind the national team, and now they're getting behind this dog that balances stuff on his head. So yeah,
Where's the mural? Where's Harlso's mural? So obviously you've got a job as well.
Yeah.
And then you're doing this, but it's all really starting to build up now, isn't it? How do you balance it?
Yeah, I suppose social media is a good it's a good outlet for me. My job's quite serious. I'm a mental health social worker, so yeah, whenever I get home from work and get to hang out with my dog and take photos, and yeah, it's a bit of fun, and that's how it's all started. Yeah, over the past couple of months though, it's been a lot busier. He's done a lot of television appearances. He's got his own calendar on sale.
Yeah, and obviously big award for him as well. We were there.
Yeah, yeah, the Northern Ireland Social Media Awards, the IFA used one best overall use of social media. I believe. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like to brag about it.
Absolutely.
But this
Keep
little
talking
guy,
about it.
Yeah.
Enough about Harlso. Yes, we're on that award.
Yeah, he took home Personality of the Year, which was a bit mind blowing. I thought at best we'd maybe come runner up. There was a couple of other big hitters in the category, but it was a lot of fun to see him win it and get the award.
But it's impressive now he's become kind of well known within the fan base. I mean, you know, he's been in our pictures in our campaign and things like that. How has that felt for you being involved in that and having the dog involved?
Oh, it's great fun. It's great to be invited to these sorts of things and have a bit of a laugh. And he loves the attention. And yeah, it's as a fan, it's great just to see a bit behind the scenes of what goes on with you guys, and the hard work that goes on behind these campaigns to try to keep the focus on fans and the commitment that the fans have. You guys give it back to the fans too, and it's great just to see a bit behind the scenes of the hard work that goes into that.
What for yourself? What would be some of your favourite moments then as a Northern Ireland fan yourself?
I was lucky enough to go to the Euros in 2016. We went to, a few of us went in the back of a van down through England, Dover, Calais, and the long drive down to Lyon, and then up to Paris. And obviously Lyon's a highlight for anyone that's been following Northern Ireland, whether they managed to get to the games or not. That header at the back post, it'll live long in the memories of everyone.
Forever etched in our minds now, isn't it? Yeah.
Another big game that I was at was the Spain at home, the David Healy hat-trick.
Yeah.
I think I was sitting where was I sitting? I think I was in the south stand, and the fella beside me, whenever Healy scored the lob over Casillas' head, just turned around and gave me the biggest, wettest kiss.
That's how we do it.
Didn't know him. I was like, well, this is new.
That's pretty much a good introduction to football fan, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
And what about the upcoming games? And what do you think our chances are against the likes of the Netherlands and Germany, those two wee teams.
Those two wee teams. Well, Harlso's a German dog, but I've had a word with him. As a accent, he's German, and I've had a word with him. He says, "No, I'm a Northern Ireland fan. I was born here."
Oh, I think he's
He's not. He's disagreeing
there. What do you think, buddy? Two big challenges, but we held our own in the games against them. Like if you take away the score lines and watch the games, you'll see like Northern Ireland really held their own against both teams. Two different styles went out at the Germans. We were more defensive against Holland. It'll be interesting to see what way Michael O'Neill switches things up when we're at home against Holland. I think that we'll probably be more attacking. And at Windsor Park, like anything can happen. We've just talked about England, Spain, all those big games. We get an extra gear, and I think maybe we were missing that in the last 10 minutes against Holland, just to hold on. You'll get that here, so anything could happen.
And obviously, you're in the Northern Ireland camp.
Yeah.
But we'll put it now down to the Harlso for the big game on Saturday. We've got one for Netherlands, one for Northern Ireland. You like that one? Yep.
Definitely not doing any sort of.
It's got a scent. So yeah, we'll see which one Harlso thinks is going to win.
So obviously I hope you're now well informed and ready for our double header, starting with the Netherlands here on Saturday, with Germany and Frankfurt on Tuesday, and what's going to be hopefully will be a massive 2 games, thinking of Euro 2020 next summer.
Whether these are good games or bad games for us are going to be defining on us getting to the Euros. So they are absolutely huge, and the next time we speak, we're going to know.
Going to know the outcome?
Yeah, it's crazy.
But anyway, if you want to join us on Saturday, here's how you can find out more about how you can get your hands on 2 tickets.
Harlso's going to give away 2 tickets to the Netherlands game this Saturday. All you have to do is comment below with a dog emoji and hit the subscribe button on the Northern Ireland YouTube page. And
I'm just checking for glue here.
Good luck.
So thank you to our guests for your time today. Thank you for listening. And as always, enjoy the game. We look forward to seeing you in our new kit.
Yep, but not in these ones, because we're taking these back after the show because I haven't been paid yet.
We need a wee perk.
Yeah, don't be wrecking the label when you're taking that off.
Sorry.
But anyway, as always, there's only one thing to say, Adam. You almost had it out there. You were almost too quick off the mark. He gets excited.
Green White Army!
Armstrong! Northern Ireland has scored through Jerry Armstrong.
It's a good ball. The flag stays down. Heaney! Oh!
They scored again! It's Davis again! It's job done now.